Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 2 of the Fujitsu Impact Series. I'm Carlos Andre, Global Thought Leadership Evangelist at Fujitsu, and today we have a very exciting conversation lined up, so stay with us. AI is no longer just a technology conversation, it's a leadership issue. Business leaders today are under real pressure to turn AI ambition into tangible outcomes: faster productivity, better decisions, stronger resilience, and measurable business value. But for many organizations, making that shift from experimentation to real enterprise impact is still proving harder than expected. So today, we'll focus on three key questions. Why does AI transformation matter now? How does dynamic transformation help turn AI into real enterprise outcomes? And what can leaders do today to make trusted AI work in the real world? And to explore that, I'm joined by three fantastic speakers. First, Kijiro Nishi, Fujitsu's Chief Strategy Officer. Next, we have Hannah Kivela, Managing Director of Fujitsu Finland, and Hiroshi Nishikawa, Senior Director of Technology Vision. So thank you all for joining us. It's a real pleasure to have you. Now, before we begin, just a quick question to our audience in the chat. What's the biggest barrier stopping your organizations from getting more value from AI today? So drop your answer in the comments and we'll come back to it in the end. All right, wonderful. So let's begin. Let's take a look at the big picture. Nishi-san, why is AI transformation now a leadership priority, and what needs to change for organizations to get real results?
Thank you very much. So I think we entered a new era through the AI because we're facing many social issues, especially the declining birth rate and labor shortage, and also the climate change rapidly, and also the industrial supply chain facing many risks and also need to change very rapidly. And also national security also very increasing the very emergency fragmentation and much priority is also the risks. So many issues will be raised in the globally. We need to face. We need to change. We need to solve such kind of issue by business, but it's hard to by solving that kind of issue by existing resource. By using the AI, we can move faster. We can go better. I think AI is changing our business fundamental and also structure. Like,
Well, thank you very much, Nishi-san. That was very clear. So, Hannah, when organizations invest in AI today, what are they really trying to unlock, and where do they most often get stuck before value actually shows up?
Thank you very much, Carlos. And building on what Nishi-san really well there explained, what I see is that organizations definitely are not investing in AI just to experiment with technology. What they want is clear business value. And in practice, that usually means for the organizations that they want to get better productivity, they want to be able to be faster in making decisions, they want to have stronger resilience, and also they want to have better experience for their people, both their employees and their customers. But where many seem to get stuck is when the conversation starts with technology, because it really should start with the business ambitions front and center and really how people learn to do things differently with the help of agentic AI and together with agentic AI. For me, the AI outcome doesn't come from technology alone, but it really comes from connection of the business ambitions with the right operating model, with the right people skills, and very disciplined execution.
No, thank you. So that's a very clear message. So it's not just the technology; it's the business and vision ambitions. And so if that's the challenge, the next question is: what kind of transformation models actually help leaders turn AI ambition into real enterprise outcomes? So Hiroshi, here's a question for you then. Fujitsu's technology vision introduces dynamic transformation. For a business leader watching this, what is it? How does it, or why does it matter? And how does it help organizations move faster from AI ambition to real business outcomes?
So thank you very much, Carlos. So let me talk about our concept of dynamic transformation. As Nissan mentioned, now AI is completely transforming everything, like societal challenge, society, industry, the way we work. As Hannah mentioned, we really need to think about business ambitions. But really key question is how how enterprise leverage the transformational power of AI. As Hannah mentioned, just experimenting AI is not good enough. Organizations really need to implement AI and other business technologies, digital technology into all parts of business, especially for technology in 4 areas. First, dynamic intelligence. So people and AI work together. AI works as a kind of accelerator to really make a quick decision making. But not just quick decision making, we really need to implement decision strategy into execution. So dynamic exploration, by using the power of computing, we can explore new opportunities or solve complex societal business challenges to be resilient. Dynamic orchestration, so physical AI, allow us to reconfigure business to satisfy the needs of individual customers as well as deliver better customer experiences. Dynamic ecosystems, security and trust technology allow organizations to really share data in a safe way, secure way, as well as reconfigure even ecosystems. So in a nutshell, these 4 dynamic transformation really give organization speed, flexibility to make organization dynamic. So this is a kind of concept of dynamic transformation. Why it matter is like previously we talk about digital transformation. We tend to pursue kind of one-time big transformation. But considering current pace of change, one-time big transformation is not good enough. We really need to continue to change or implement a series of change to the organization. So how this makes deliver more value out of AI. So think about we really need to accelerate our cycle of experimenting and learning. So AI really will allow us to make a quick decision making and execute in a quicker way. So this type of fast cycle of learning, even we can learn from failure to adjust our strategy and implement strategy and deliver value out of AI. So AI really allow us to move faster.
Okay, Hiroshi. So that model becomes even more critical when AI moves from digital into the physical operations. So what changes when AI starts affecting factories, logistics, infrastructure, or frontline operations? And why does that raise the bar for trust, control, and execution?
So thank you much. Now physical AI has become very important. So for what means like physical AI really deliver impact value of AI from digital world to the physical world. We continue to talk about like digital twin or so industry 4.0 or cyber physical systems. But we just a little bit separated like physical world and digital world. We put some information from the physical world and analyze it in the digital world and execute, but still in a kind of batch processes or sequential processes. But physical AI really connect physical world, sensor, robotics, and AI. So by having physical AI, we really converge physical world and digital world to make autonomous decision. So again, this makes us a quick decision in a physical, even in a physical world. So we really completely transfer power of AI from digital world to the physical world. But this means that we also transfer positive aspect of AI as a negative aspect of AI. That's the reason why we need to increase the level of trust, control, execution. For example, we see severe cyber attacks is happening due to the advancement of AI. Now AI is really sophisticating or make cyber attacks intelligent. What if physical AI or robotics are compromised? Robot, sensors, machine may malfunction, even harm our lives, or even harm our critical business processes, even destruct critical social infrastructure. That's the reason why we really need to increase the level of trust, control, and execution in the physical world when we really introduce physical AI.
Okay. Well, thank you, Roshi. So the opportunity is not more AI activity. It's better connected decisions, operations, and trust that produce real outcomes, which brings us to the next question. What should leaders do now to make trusted AI work in the real world? So, Hannah, when organizations want to scale AI in regulated, sovereign, or mission critical environments, what has to be true from day one so that trust, security, and sovereignty become enablers rather than blockers?
Thank you. And really, the trust, security, and sovereignty, they really matter now much more because many businesses and organizations are built on global platforms and partner ecosystems. And that has created real dependencies also by design. But this is also becoming a bit of a regulatory topic, especially in the European context, as we look at that. Now, what I see happening, first of all, in Finland, where we work with our customers, they are asking a very practical question. So, how much control do we actually have on our own digital environment? And what the organizations want to have, they want to move faster with AI, as we discussed, but at the same time, without losing control, without losing trust or compliance along the way as they transform. The sovereignty matters really because the organizations, they want to have confidence in three things. First, where does their data sit? How their AI models are governed, and also how their own critical operations are really run. So from that angle, for me, for us in Finland and in Europe, this, but I think globally as well, this really comes down to three critical things. Do we know where the data really is and who can influence the data? How dependent are we on single technologies or vendors and partners? And could we keep operating if the environment changes dramatically? This is really the question of the trust and resilience as well. But I really believe that when those foundations are in place from day one, it really helps all the organizations and businesses to scale with more confidence and also to make better long-term decisions.
Mhm. Okay, well, thank you, Hannah. That was very clear. Nishi-san, what is the strategic message to leaders here today? So, why should trust and sovereignty be treated as competitiveness issues and not just compliance issues?
Yes, compliance and also the security issue very severe for the management. If some people attacked our very important data or very secure data, the very IP will be open up and also sometimes ransom. It's going to be very hard to maintain our business and maintain our customers' trust or customer reputation. So the security risk or cyber attack will be collapsed in one day. Our very fundamental our reputation and recognition. Oh, this is very fundamental of business. I think to secure, to keep our data, or it means that keep our business itself. I think
Mhm.
the secure is the almost the strategy itself, I think.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so one final question to everybody. So, if I'm a CEO or a CXO watching this and I want better AI outcomes in the next 90 days, what are the smartest first moves that I can take now? So, let's make this practical. So, Nishi-san, give us your leadership perspective. Hannah, how do you make it real? And then Hiroshi, how do you scale it? So, let's start with you, Nishi-san.
Yes, in 90 days. So I think maybe company need to start from the executive level of AI. Because if the organization started to using AI, but decision makers layer cannot understand how to use it, how to impact, how to value to the business, if they don't understand such kind of issue, they maybe that company, such kind of company cannot move fast, cannot decision make faster. It's gonna be they cannot make the real value to the near future. It means it's very important to the top first to understanding AI impact, what kind of AI can doing, and how to create new creativity. I think it's a value. It's going to be very important. And also to, as I said, to secure the environment. I think the company need to develop the how to using ensure how can defend from the cybersecurity attack, and also how to use AI very how can I say use very good ways. It means that AI governance. So AI sometimes lie. Sometimes cannot control by human. It means we need to setting the guardrail and the governance by using the AI. I think it's going to be very important.
Thank you.
Very good. If I continue from here, Nishisan, and thank you very much. I really agree with you on the angle that the AI needs to be a leadership priority. It really starts from that. And I think, as you also touch base, is that what then follows is really that how to make sure that the whole organization is actually able to execute with all the different angles that come into how we manage with AI. And I think that there are three or four angles there. The first one is really to have the right people as the owners, the right kind of an ownership on the topics, as you mentioned, but also then making sure that everyone has the right skills so that they can work with AI together, and then being really hands-on, making sure that whatever the organization is doing, there's a very concrete path from experiments into tangible outcomes, really a practical path to value. And I would maybe add that the lens that it really needs to come through the whole organization, how we make this work smarter, how we enrich the engagements and customer experiences, and also how the organization is building for growth.
Thank you, Hannah. And Hiroshi?
Okay, let me continue. So as Hannah mentioned, like we really need strategy, people, as well as like culture and also infrastructure. So we need everything. But you talk about like we really need to scale, right? So, but as I already mentioned, our concept of dynamic transformation is like we really run the cycle of learning and testing. So by doing so, we can learn from failure and scale. For example, in technology and services, we introduce like two stories. One is US banks introduces already 100 AI agent to let them use AI agent, and maybe this bank can scale from 100 to 1,000. And another UK retailer, they introduce 3,000 robotics, but in order for them to use robot in an efficient way, in a safe way, established way, they test in a digital world, simulate and execute. And by doing this type of cycle of like physical world and digital world combination, they can really learn from real implementation and adjust in the digital world. So such a cycle is necessary, and also they can scale from 3,000 robots to 10,000 robots. So this type of like learn the cycle of learning and testing, then scale from 100 to 1,000, 3,000 to 10,000. So this type of cycle is necessary to really continuously improve, continuously scale. This is the key.
Okay, thank you, Hiroshi. All right, so to close, let me just leave you with three key ideas. So first, AI transformation is now a leadership priority because true advantage no longer comes from experimentation alone, but from the ability to learn, adapt, and execute faster. Second, dynamic transformation provides a practical path forward. So connecting strategy, AI, trust, and execution to deliver real enterprise outcomes. And third, trusted AI becomes real only when trust, sovereignty, and execution are built from the start, not added later. So if your organization is looking to move faster from AI ambition to measurable business value, this is exactly where Fujitsu can help. So we're not just advising on transformation, we're doing it ourselves, as you heard today, and we're ready to help you turn strategy into trusted outcomes at scale. So if you'd like to explore this further, simply scan the QR code, which should come on screen shortly, or the link will drop in the comments below. You'll also find more insights there, including the Fujitsu Technology and Service Vision, or FT&SV paper, which we discussed today. And while this broadcast is coming to a close, our speakers will stay right here for the next 20 minutes to answer all of your questions live in the chat. So please send them through now. And this brings us to the end of our discussion. So thank you very much, Nishi-san, Hiroshi, and Hannah. It was a real pleasure having you here. Thank you for sharing your insights and your perspectives with us. They're very valuable. And to our wonderful audience, thank you for joining us for the first episode of Season 2 of the Fujitsu Impact Series. All right, so There's much more to come as we continue to explore how technology is shaping the future of business, because the future of business won't be defined by AI. It will be defined by how leaders make it deliver. All right. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.